Sophie Sewell-Njie. I was reading The Guardian, and quite an interesting story, raises a dilemma, and something needs to be addressed. Um, there's an MP called Richard Drax, and he's just inherited a plantation from his father. It's the oldest plantation in the Western Hemisphere on the island of Barbados. It's 250 hectares. It has a gruesome history and is known as the killing fields, where tens of thousands of African people were killed, put to death and tortured all day, to produce sugar. It was in operation from 1640 to 1836. Now, Richard has not declared this yet to the Parliamentary Committee for MP's interests at all, not at the moment. And when he was asked after entering Parliament about his family's ties to slavery, the infamous trade, he didn't find himself to be personally responsible, because he isn't personally responsible for it. However, he kind of ignores it. Well, I suppose that's a privilege in itself, that you can actually ignore that, because one thing about the human mind, it always tries to realign itself to the truth. So, unlike commodities that are just sold away, human beings are not commodities. The experiment didn't work, right? We are connected to our ancestors because of the DNA of our ancestors run through us. So I've been thinking, recently there's this slogan, it's called Lessons Learnt. We're still waiting for the Windrush Lessons Learnt review, which hasn't come out yet. What's the point of learning and you don't apply what you've learnt? Okay? It took 182 years for slave owner compensation to be repaid by the taxpayer. And that those taxpayers also included the descendants of enslaved African people. Yet still the British government cannot or will not pay compensation to the descendants of enslaved Africans. As we see from Richard's case, that not only did his ancestors get compensated through the tax system, he's still ringing in the money from my ancestors and all African descendants' ancestors compensation and wages, and we never received any of that. Just like to ask the people of South Dorset, do they feel comfortable having a representative in Parliament who is willing to take enslaved people's wages? In fact, blood money from the killing fields of Barbados and through slave plantations in Jamaica, which were owned by the Drax family. Slavery needs to be addressed. And if slavery was ethical, it would have been done on the English mainland. It was illegal in the Magna Carta, and it broke habeas corpus. Okay, these are the cornerstones of the British Constitution. Until slavery is properly addressed and restorative justice has been upheld, this will continue to go on and on and on and on.